Azoria Living is 2 times the size of all of our developments. You don't need to be a billionaire to have a tennis court in your backyard, you know?
So true.
5% of 2,000, that's 100. That's half of the resort. Then half of the resort is already rented out.
Welcome guys to the Coco Founders Talk edition number 5. We are with the founder of Coco Development Group, Rasmus Holst. And we are going to mainly talk about the new launch of Azoria Living project, a new and biggest project in Uluwatu. We have a lot of community questions to go through, so let's jump into it. Okay, so Azoria Living is described as the culmination of all previous six sold out Coco projects. Is there a few lessons that you've learned from the 6 previous sold out projects that you brought over to Azoria Living?
I would say yes. You can say I learned from every project, the size of the properties, the designs, the materials, you can say the marketing, the communication, the way you create the storytelling to everything we create. So you can say, just to put a short word into it, you can say Azoria is Bali's first wellness and paddle resort. So has 6 paddle courts. If you look at it from a size perspective, it's 2 times as big as all of our projects together. So everything we have worked on and created the last 2 years, Azoria Living is 2 times the size of all of our developments. So as we say in our communication, Azoria for those who want it all. We haven't saved on anything. We are let's talk numbers. We are investing more than $14 million just into the facilities of the livings.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's a big project. 6 paddle courts, has 4 major pools. You can say created like a beach, so it doesn't look like a pool. So you have simply straight from your property, you walk into sand, and then you have like a pool decorated like a beach. Fictive stones, palm trees, the feeling as if you lived on the beach, right? Okay. Then it has Uluwatu's biggest fitness club. It has Uluwatu's biggest wellness club. We have Pilates, CrossFit, yoga, boxing, gym, fitness, bodybuilding, whatever you want to call it. We have Azoria Paddle Club. We have more than 100 private desks. Private office spaces, meeting rooms, podcast studios. So we have one building separated for itself, for simply with a focus on, you can say, attracting all of the, let's say, the local businesses, the tech entrepreneurs, or the e-commercers from Holland who lives here on a daily day and call Bali their home. So you can say it's as everything we do is very focused on lifestyles. And what is lifestyles? Lifestyles is for me also something you can call segments or interest, things that people they like to do. Because as I used to say, Azoria Living, we create a reason to stay. You can also put it the other way around. When people book a property, there is always a reason. There's always a why. That can be that the wife says to the husband, hey, I think it could be amazing to live in this property. It's just next to this waterfall, and then we can go see this waterfall in the morning. Yeah. You can say it's a little bit the same thought process we work after. So let me put it up this way. Let's try to look at. There's the traditional resort model. Let's call it that. There's the traditional resort model, and then there is what we are creating with Azoria Living. So the traditional resort model is that. Let's put it up this way. You have 4 walls around the resort, and inside of this resort you have a wellness, you have a gym, you have a restaurant, you have some facilities. So who knows about these facilities? Who knows about this gym? Who's using the gym, with other words? Well, that's the guest of the resort, right? So you need to be a guest. You need first to be a guest to experience the gym and the facilities of the resort. But let's put it up this way. What if we took all of these facilities and we put them on the other side of the wall? 6 paddle courts, Uluwatu's biggest gym, plus 4,000 square meters. Uluwatu's biggest wellness club, office spaces, etc., etc. Things I just mentioned before that we have in Azoria Living. What if we put them on the other side of the wall and said, hey, we make this public. All of the neighborhood of Uluwatu, we would like to invite you in to use our facilities. We would love to have you on a daily day come and experience Azoria Living.
Yeah.
So we have a lobby here where you can come as a, let's call it as a guest.
Yeah.
And work out on a daily day in our fitness club, or you can go to our paddle club and play paddle. And then we have a lobby over here, and that's where we have all of the properties. Well, if we have 6 paddle courts, gym, like, let me just get straight to the point. We crack the numbers. We expect, based on market data, based on, for example, the same gym I go to every day, Obsidian, who has around 1,000 members. We crack the numbers. We're probably gonna have, we're gonna have around 5,000 people on a monthly base going in and out of the door to Azoria Paddle Club, Azoria Fitness Club, Azoria Dreamland, where you can sit on your laptop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Co-working. 5,000 people on a monthly base. Do you know how Airbnb became a $1 billion company?
Not really.
Airbnb became a $1 billion company because of their users. Because of the people that was using the product and they were referring that to other people. With other words, what our thought process behind Azoria Living is that we know that people, there is a reason people they book a property. That is that it's next to a waterfall, it's next to that gym, same as myself.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Every time I come back to Bali, I just came, I live in this villa we are sitting in right now.
Yeah.
As I said to the agent, I want to live maximum 5 minutes away from Obsidian.
Yeah.
Why? Because I go to Obsidian every single day.
Yeah.
I don't want to live too far away.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the thought process about Azoria Living and the facilities we have. We create a reason to stay. But we make it public. What does that mean? That means that we get, you can call it a magnet. We get people to, like, we are the date, we are the location. We get people to use our facilities, and then from there you can say, let's try to crack the numbers. Let's say we have 5,000 people. Let's just make it super pessimistic, and let's say we have 2,000 people on a monthly base coming. That's not happening. That's 70 people going in and out of that door every day. It's impossible. But let's just say we look at it from a super pessimistic perspective, and we only have 2,000 people. If I can just get 5% of these people to move into Azoria Living, which is the properties we have next door, 5% of 2,000, that's 100. That's half of the resort. Then half of the resort is already rented out for one reason, and that is that we say, hey, we take these facilities and we put them on the other side of the wall instead of we put them on the inside and you have to book it first for experience. We do it the other way around.
Definitely.
We create a reason to stay, and this is just number one that we have. What do you think is going to happen when, let's say, fictive person, let's say Jessica from Australia, ask Sarah, fictive person who comes on a daily day, goes to Pilates in Azoria, when she's asking her, hey, do you have a recommendation where I should stay in Bali? I'll say I'm quite confident that she's going to recommend to live in Azoria Living. It's just next door to where I go to Pilates, or Juan who comes playing paddle, and he has Chema or whatever friend of him back in Spain who's asking, where do you recommend that I will stay, right? There is a reason, there is a understanding, and people is gonna understand, okay, you know what? I would like to live next door to this because it sounds like something that is matching my lifestyle, right? So we with Azoria Living is talking into, you can say, the 4 biggest pillars. It's not even just in Bali, it's in general worldwide. You can say things are really changing when we look at it from a hotel industry perspective. It's not, as a clever woman said to me last week, it's wellness is not longer an add-on, it's the asset.
Yeah, true.
If you still work after, let's call it the traditional hotel model, where you have a lot of like beds, and then you have a rooftop, and you have, what do you want to compete on? You know, price, design, location, done deal.
facilities that you bring. So true that, you know, like everyone that comes to Bali and asks me, where should I go, where should I go? Well, first, where do you want to go train? Based on that,
That's it.
Find a location. I would recommend you train at Obsidian or the Wrong Gym or the Block or Soma, and then base your house around that area.
That's it.
So if you have everything, because a lot of my friends do paddle, a few of my friends do boxing, and then a lot of my friends go to the gym. If I can have all of those three things next to my house, then all my friends come to my house.
That's it. You don't need to be a billionaire to have a tennis court in your backyard. You know.
So true.
The reason I'm saying it is as well, the villa you have just over there, one of our neighbors, they have.
Oh, the huge one there?
It's wild.
KG?
Yeah, I think it's called that. They have a fucking football field.
Yeah. No, it's another level. It's an Azoria miniature.
Yeah, Azoria for a father and a lucky son.
Okay, great point. We know that usually for all the previous Coco projects, you've always had price points that were above 100K. This is the first time you have 4 price points and a price point that is below 100K. Could you walk us through the reasoning behind that? I guess it's from learning from experience from the previous projects.
Yeah, I think a super good question. So to get straight to the point, in Azoria Living, the prices starts from 78,000 euro. You can say there is a few reasons. We always look into it from perspective of the user. It's not so much focus about our investors. Well, it is in the end. Everything we do is about our investors. So it's about how can we create the best investment case? That is always the big question, because that is in the end of the day what we do. We create investment cases. So we have 4 different price point. One of the reasons we go down and we look at a property of 78,000 euro is simply to match the market. It is simply to look into a target group that you, for example, can say, well, we have all of these facilities. What if we made partnerships with all paddle clubs in the world, all fitness clubs, all wellness clubs worldwide? That could be a high-end fitness club in New York. It could be a lifestyle paddle club in central Barcelona, right? What if we made a partnership and we started to make retreats together with these? So you can say one of the reasons we look into this price point is because it fits with a goal setting of making minimum 15% back to our clients. From a monthly rental target, it's just perfect to work in this size. For people, let's say, come for a week and they just want to, they just want to enjoy Azoria. They just want to be in the facilities. They want to be on our beach-inspired rooftop infinity pool with an ocean view over in Yang Yang.
Yeah.
They are not looking to be in a fancy property all day. They are looking to get out. So it really fits the market, both for example, making retreats, but it's also super good match for even people living here in Bali, who just, it's always good weather. Why would you be inside? Yeah.
Yeah, so true. I know a lot of people that have a very small room, and they put the emphasis on, because you're never home, so they put the emphasis on going, having a private meal prep, having a private coach, having a, they put the emphasis. So it's so true that instead of putting a lot of your rent, or putting a lot of your income in your rent, they might increase it in their activities, daily activities.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can still live in a luxury home, but you sacrifice a little bit on the size.
Yeah.
But you indulge yourself in the rest of the activities that come through. It's such a good point.